I found the text on my phone. Gone back early, changed your flight, have fun exploring. And that was just the beginning of my awakening. I stare at my phone screen, the words blurring together. 7:47 a.m., Marriott downtown, Seattle. The bed beside me is empty, cold. Her stuff is gone. Gone back early, changed your flight to tomorrow. Felt like going home alone. Have fun exploring. My hands shake. I read it again and again. The words don't change. I get up, walk across the room. Her suitcase is missing. Her shoes, her perfume, like she was never here. The front desk confirms, "Yes, sir, your wife checked out around 6 a.m. She modified your reservation." I hang up. The hotel room silence hits me like a brick wall. We were supposed to visit Pike Place Market today, together, then fly back to Chicago, together. 4 years of marriage, and she vanishes like smoke between heartbeats. I sit on the bed edge, my fingers tap against my knees. It's what I do when I'm trying to find logic in the illogical. Spontaneity, I whisper, her magic word for justifying everything. My phone buzzes. Text from my sister. How's the romantic getaway going? How do I explain this? How do I tell her my wife just turned me into an abandoned tourist? I look out the window. Seattle wakes up under grey skies. People walk, talk, live their lives. Me. I'm frozen in this hotel room with a changed flight and the feeling I just became invisible. That's when it started. Not Jessica leaving. That was just the symptom. What really started was this question drilling into my skull like a nail. Since when do I let other people rewrite my life without asking? The question sits there, waiting. And for the first time in years, I don't have an answer that makes everything okay. I go down for breakfast. The hotel buzzes with couples sharing coffee, planning their day. I order coffee, find a corner table. A woman at the next table smiles politely. Flying solo today. Dark hair, honest eyes. Something about her attention catches me off guard. My wife, she left early. Technical truth, Jessica did leave early, just not how we planned. I'm Rachel, she says, from Portland. You? David, Chicago. We chat briefly. She's here for work, freelance marketing consultant. Something in how she listens unsettles me. She waits for my answers, doesn't interrupt. Jessica always interrupts. Back in my room, I check messages. Nothing from Jessica, but 3 missed calls from my buddy Mike. I call him back. Dude, I've been trying to reach you. How's the trip? I tell him. He goes quiet for a long moment. Wait, she ditched you, just like that? She says it was spontaneous. Spontaneous, my ass. David, do you hear yourself right now? No, that's the problem. I don't hear anything anymore. That afternoon, I walk through Pike Place. My feet carry me to the waterfront. I sit on a bench, watch the ferries cross Elliott Bay. A memory hits, our engagement party. Jessica spontaneously invited her college friends to our intimate dinner. The more the merrier, she'd said, seeing my face. I'd smiled, like always. Another memory, our honeymoon. She changed our last night's hotel. Found something cooler on TikTok. And me, once again. Whatever you want. Rachel appears on the boardwalk. She's walking with purpose, phone to her ear, talking business. She spots me, waves, finishes her call and walks over. David, small world, mind if I sit? Her presence feels like warmth in the Seattle chill. Rachel sits beside me. You look like someone wrestling with heavy thoughts. I could lie, say everything's fine. Instead, the words tumble out. My wife abandoned me this morning. Well, not abandoned. She just left, without warning. Rachel's eyebrows furrow. How do you mean, without warning? I show her the text. She reads it twice. Her expression shifts. That's unusual. She says it's spontaneous. Spontaneous? Rachel shakes her head. Changing flights, packing, leaving at 6 a.m. That's not spontaneous. That's calculated. The word hits like a revelation. Calculated, not spontaneous. Calculated. That evening, I eat alone at a seafood place. My phone rings. Jessica. Hey, babe, having fun? Her voice is light, carefree, like nothing happened. Jess, what was this morning about? What do you mean? I told you I felt like going home. Impulse. You know me. You could have talked to me first. David, don't go all spreadsheet on me. Live a little, explore, experience. She hangs up. I sit there holding the phone. Spreadsheet. Her favorite word when I ask for predictability. I pull out my notebook, write. She plans her exit, luggage, flight changes. She calls it spontaneous. She attacks me for wanting to understand a pattern emerges, a pattern I don't want to see. I think about Rachel, how she listened, how she asked, "How are you?" and meant it. When Jessica asks that, it's rhetorical. She expects fine so she can move on. I make a decision, small, but it's a start. I order dessert, real dessert, not frozen yogurt, because it's healthier like Jessica would choose. The chocolate cake arrives. I take a bite, close my eyes. For the first time in months, I actually taste something. Next morning, disaster strikes. I'm getting coffee when my phone explodes. 15 messages from Jessica in 2 minutes. What did you post on Instagram? Are you insane? Delete it now. I check my account. Last night, slightly irritated, I posted a photo of my dessert. Sometimes the best moments come when you least expect them, solo in Seattle. Nothing offensive, just a truth. My phone rings. Jessica screams before I can say hello. You're making me look like what? Your friends will think I abandoned you. But you did abandon me. I took some space, that's different, and instead of supporting me, you're posting your little pity party. Jess, You're pathetic, David. Pathetic and selfish. You ruin everything, like always. She hangs up. I stand in the hotel lobby. People stare. I must have been talking loud. I go back to my room, collapse on the bed. Jessica's words echo. Pathetic. Selfish. You ruin everything. It's always the same. When Jessica does something hurtful, it becomes my fault. My expectations are too high. My sensitivity is excessive. My need for logic is toxic. I look in the bathroom mirror. The man staring back looks exhausted, drained. When did I start looking like this? Another text. If you don't delete that post, I'll tell everyone you pressured me into this trip. That I left because you were suffocating me. My hands tremble. She'll actually do it. Jessica has this power, flipping situations, rewriting history. I delete the post. Then I sit on the floor, back against the bed. The hotel room feels enormous, empty, cold. For the first time in 4 years, I cry. Not from sadness, from rage at myself, because even now, even after all this, I still give in. I spend the afternoon walking aimlessly through Capitol Hill. My steps lead me to Volunteer Park. I've always loved places with perspective, where you can see the whole city spread out below. My phone rings. My sister Emily. David, I saw you deleted your photo. Everything okay? Everything spills out. The abandonment, the screaming, the threats, the deleted post. Emily listens without interrupting. Then, David, do you hear what you just told me? It's complicated, Em. Jessica is manipulative, and you're her victim. The word slaps me. I'm not a victim. Then why do you accept this? Silence, because I don't have an answer. David, remember Dad, how he treated Mom. Dad, his rages, his emotional blackmail, and Mom giving in always to keep the peace. This is different, I mumble. It's exactly the same, just more subtle. After the call, I sit in a coffee shop, order wine, pull out my notebook. I write, times I've given in. The list grows long, very long. Our vacations, always her choices. Our friends, hers become priority. Our apartment, she decides everything. Our social life, spontaneity her whims. My hobbies, they're boring. My family, they're too traditional. I reread it. This isn't a relationship, it's permanent surrender. Rachel appears in the coffee shop. Seattle really is small. David, how are you doing? I look at her, really look. Her eyes show concern, sincerity, not calculation, empathy. Better, I say. And it's true. Good to hear. Listen, I have a weird proposition. I'm photographing a tech startup tomorrow, about an hour north. If you want to tag along, just for a change of scenery. Instinctively, I want to say no. It's my programming. Don't inconvenience others, don't impose. Then I think about my list. About 4 years of surrender. Okay, I say. Rachel smiles. Great. Pick you up at 9. I'll be ready. Walking back to the hotel, I repost my dessert photo. This time, I turn off my phone. The startup office sits on Puget Sound like a glass fortress. Rachel photographs while I observe. Her movements are precise, focused, no drama, no artificial urgency. What do you do? She asks during a break. Business strategy consultant. Do you like it? Simple question, complicated answer. I used to love it. Now, I'm not sure. Why? My wife says it's boring, that I should do something more creative. Rachel looks up from her camera. What do you think? Nobody's asked me that in forever. I love solving problems, building systems that work, watching companies grow from my recommendations. That sounds fascinating. These words warm me more than the Pacific Northwest sun. We grab lunch at a waterfront cafe. Rachel tells me about her divorce 2 years ago. My ex was controlling. He wanted to manage my projects, my friends, my choices. Took me forever to realize that wasn't love. How did you know? The day I realized I was afraid to make decisions, afraid of his reactions. Her words resonate. How many times have I avoided upsetting Jessica? How many times have I anticipated her anger? My phone, when I turn it back on, shows 18 messages from Jessica. Predictable escalation, fake concern. Accusations, threats playing victim. Rachel notices my tension. Problem? I show her the messages. She reads, her expression hardening. David, this is harassment. She's worried. That's normal. No. Worry is, hope you're safe. This is emotional blackmail. On the drive back, Rachel tells me about her rebirth. I had to relearn who I was. My tastes, my wants, my boundaries. Terrifying and wonderful. Any regrets? Never. Now I don't let anyone else write my story. That phrase sticks. Write my own story. That evening, I meet Mike at our usual bar in Chicago. He flew in for business. So how'd it go with the abandonment queen? I tell him everything. Rachel, my realizations, my surrender list. Mike whistles low. Dude, I've watched you disappear for 4 years. You know what I thought? That you were happy like this. I wasn't happy. I was absent. And now? Now I want my life back. Mike raises his glass. Finally, we toast. For the first time in years, the future feels possible. Jessica comes home the next day. She storms into our Chicago apartment like a hurricane, suitcases in hand, bright smile plastered on. "Baby, I missed you." She kisses me, calculated move to regain control. "We need to talk," I say. "Oh God, not your analysis sessions. I had an amazing weekend at my sister's. Want to see photos?" "You were at your sister's? Obviously, where did you think I was?" Lie. Her sister lives in Denver. Jessica was in Chicago, I checked. "Jessica, sit down." Something in my voice makes her comply. I pull out my notebook. I made a list of every time I've given in, every time I've accepted your decisions without discussion. "David, what are you? Our Cabo vacation you changed to Vegas. Our wedding you turned into a party. My job you constantly criticize. My friends you find lame. This time when you abandoned me in Seattle." She stands up, face flushing. "You're sick. You're making lists about me now. I'm making lists about us, about what we've become. We're a couple. Couples compromise. Compromise means give and take. I only give." She explodes. "You give. You give. You're the most selfish man I know. Everything has to revolve around your little comfort zone, your boring routines. Name one time we did what I wanted." Silence. "One time, Jessica." She searches, can't find any, attacks instead. "You're destroying our marriage over a misunderstanding." "This isn't a misunderstanding, it's a pattern." "A pattern? You sound like some armchair therapist now." My phone rings. Rachel. Jessica sees the name, explodes. "Who the hell is Rachel?" "A friend." "A friend? You're making friends now, while I'm gone." The irony hits me. She's accusing me of betrayal after abandoning me. "Jessica, I want a divorce." The words come naturally. No anger, no drama, just fact. She goes pale. "You..." "What?" "I want a divorce. We're done." "Over one fight? David, be reasonable." "Over 4 years of manipulation. Over Seattle. Over this list." She breaks into tears. Perfect performance. "I love you. We can fix this. I promise I'll change." "No, it's too late. It's this Rachel bitch, isn't it? This slut poisoned your mind." And there it is. When faced with resistance, Jessica turns vicious. "Jessica, my stuff is at Mike's. I'll get my books tomorrow." "David, don't do this to me. I'm your wife." "Not anymore." I leave. Behind me she screams, cries, threatens. Closing the door, one thought hits me. This is the first time I've been the one to walk away. 6 months later, I'm having coffee with Rachel on Michigan Avenue. She's in Chicago for a client presentation. "How's Jessica doing?" she asks. "According to my sister, badly. Her friends figured out her real nature. She's burning through relationships." Rachel nods. "And you?" "Me? I started my own consulting firm, working with tech startups. It's invigorating. And personally," I smile, "learning how to say no, how to choose, how to build instead of just survive." Rachel raises her coffee. "To new beginnings." "To new rules," I reply. We clink cups. Chicago gleams in the March sunlight. My phone buzzes. Text from Jessica. "I miss you. Maybe we could try." I delete it without reading the rest. Some fires deserve to have their matches taken away. Rachel smiles at me. "Good choice? Best decision of my life." We walk back into Chicago, together but each of us free. That's real spontaneity, choosing every moment who you want to be.